hard time finding wins, and you're on a losing streak.
It depends on the chemistry of the team, specifically the leadership. Most times you want the team to be frustrated and be honorary in that locker room when they're losing, as long as they're not pointing fingers and blaming at each other. But you don't want a happy losing locker room. That's just you just don't want that. So you hope the guys are a little ticked off and they come to practice and take it out on each other, because you want to get better every game. A happy losing locker room, you don't want to be around that. That's a locker room that won't be together next year, because everyone has made their expectations to be losers. And though you're in the NBA, you really have to understand the balance. Sometimes you're going to win, sometimes you're going to lose, but a losing way of life is something that you just can't accept.
Now let's take a look at the Bulls' opening lineup. We've got DJ Augustine. Davis is out there with Allen. Then it's Zach LaVine, and it's Hutchinson in at the 3 slot. And for the Wizards, Wall runs the point with Beal at the 2. Travis Berton's out there with Harris, and it's Zubac in at the 5, roaming the paint. Outside, LaVine. Cracks in the tray.
Solid at realizing when to take these shots. LaVine's eyes light up as passes are coming his way.
Wall passes to Beal. About a minute and a half through the first quarter. Here's Wall. Allen with the rebound. For Chicago, they've gotten their first 3 shots to go in for him to start off this game. Here's Hutchison. He's covered by Beal. Augustine looking around. Just 5 on the clock. Here's Davis. Allen trying to break free. And Davis with the basket on the assist by Augustine.
If there's a list of the best inside scorers in the NBA, Davis has got to be right at the top. When he gets his hands on the ball down low, you might as well just count it.
One-on-one here. And the basket by Hutchison. Hutchinson's got his second basket of the night.
Taking this defense to task so far. No misses in their first 5 attempts.
Wall passes to Zubac. To halt the run, and the layup good by Wall.
Well, Coach Scott Brooks has seen success in the past. Respected coach who has won Coach of the Year, but the heat is on in Washington.
Yeah, he hasn't had great luck here with the Wizards. I mean, new management this year might be evaluating him. I mean, he could be a make-or-break season for Brooks.
Outside, Beal. And the foul called on Jared Allen. That's his first foul. First quarter of play. We're about 3 minutes in. Beal against LaVine.
In building this lead, they've done a terrific job finishing their defensive sequences with the backboard. That has been key.
Back to Augustine. Pass to Davis. Rebound, Washington. Victory eluded them last time in Chicago when they faced the Bulls.
Yeah, and their last time out against this club, turnovers really did them in. Just way too many mistakes.
Well, how often do we hear, Greg, I mean, you got to take care of the basketball. I mean, they got to be much more disciplined today.
And here's LaVine. Pass to Davis. Over Berton. And Davis gets it to go. Davis has got 6 points.
He's got some pep in his step tonight. I wonder what he had to eat last night. I mean, very solid first quarter for him at the offensive end.
Zubac kicks to Harris. Just 5 to shoot. Pulls up on the elbow. And it's off the back rim. No good.
You're not going to see that very often. Plenty of space, but he just, let's face it, he whiffs on that.
LaVine, good.
It's encouraging whenever LaVine connects from mid-range. I mean, he's showing he wants to get better from there.
So timeout called here, the first for Washington. Well, Zach LaVine possesses a speed, Chris, and a burst that makes him a very tough matchup.
Yeah, and he has a great first step. I mean, when he's trying to beat a defender off the bounce, you can't let him get an edge to the hoop. He'll flush it on your head 9 times out of 10.
Here's what Washington's going with right now. Shake Milton, he's checked in for Bertines. White comes in for Beal, and Shabazz Napier subbed in for John Wall. The Bulls leading by 8. Valentine wide open. He fires. A chance there to push it to double digits, but it's off the mark. Here's White, and White slams it in.
Yeah, under control. White has those short, quick strides.
Dunn right side. He's again, and the call on the shot that sends him to the line. That one on Harris. Chicago shooting their first free throws of the night. The first one falls.
And guys, at this point in his career, Anthony Davis just entering his prime. Crazy to think when you look at what he's already accomplished thus far.
Now here's Napier. Dunn covering. Here's Harris. 2 free throws coming up, and they call the shooting foul.
I mean, look, every year Harris looks more confident. He goes through stretches where he can dominate.
First trip to the free throw line for him in this one. And that one misses. And the second free throw, good. And here's Dunn. He'll bring it up for the Bulls. They lead by 7. Here's Davis, and the layup's good off the glass. Davis has got 10 points in the game.
Well, with the role he's on this quarter, they're going to keep going to him and get that lead even bigger.
Hilton the pass to Harris. 16 seconds left to play here in the first. Outside, White. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Takes a 3.
And the aggressive attitude of Davis on D makes him such a tough matchup. He's not going to give his man an inch of breathing room, and that was the difference on that.
And that concludes the first quarter of play. It's Chicago up 9. They'll be back shortly, live from Washington. And so far through one quarter, it's been a lopsided game. We'll see if that changes here in the second. And taking a look at Chicago's performance here, guys, what have they been doing or not doing?
You got to credit their defense, communicating, rotating, making plays on the ball.
And no question, it's been stifling thus far, preventing that offense from establishing any kind of rhythm.
On the court right now, second quarter for the Bulls. Valentine out there with Dunn. And there's Davis. And it's Taurean Prince. And it's Gafford in at the 5. Dunn goes to the reverse layup and drops it in. Dunn's got the lead up to 9 now for Chicago.
And that's the muscle his teammates like to see done, refusing to take no for an answer.
Now, here's Zubac. Nothing yet on the scoreboard for him. Basket counts.
A tough start scoring the basketball, but they're starting to turn it around now.
The Bulls leading by 7. Dunn dishes to Prince. No good on that one. Now the Wizards take it the other way. It's off to Boston for them after this game as they take on the Celtics. That will be a getaway game for them, a one-game road trip. And here are the Bulls now.
And so many issues for this Wizards team the last few seasons have been due to a lack of an inside presence.
Yeah, inside scoring has been a problem, GA. I mean, they've had to lean heavily on outside shooting. Also, though, they've been struggling with rebounding.
And Davis gets it to go.
What unselfishness from the young guard, Dunn. He's making more of an effort to distribute the ball.
Time called here. The Wizards decide to talk it over. Well, so many people were worried about Chris Dunn's offense after his rookie year, but you know what, Greg? He's turned it around.
And gone from struggling to hit 40% of his shots to shooting better from the floor. Still a strong defender, and he's making people forget that his offense was ever a question mark.
Here's what Washington's going with right now. Bertanis, he's checked in for Zubac. Bradley Beal comes in for Shake Milton. Payton, he's checked in for White. And it's Ish Smith in for Shabazz Napier. Beal against Dunn. Rebound, Washington.
Oh, sloppy finish. The D was giving him the layup. He just didn't stay with it.
Here's Payton. And foul on the shot. He'll shoot 2 at the free throw line. It goes on Denzel Valentine.
And with the offense getting right to the rim, at least they saved the layup.
The Wizards shooting their 3rd and 4th free throw attempts of the game. Chicago making some changes. Jared Allen's checked in for Taurean Prince. Chandler Hutchison comes in for Valentine. And DJ Augustine subbed in for Chris Dunn. And Levine, here we go. And Levine throws it down.
Wow, the quickness Levine possesses is just fantastic. At times, he overwhelms you with it on these drives inside.
Harris looking it over. The pass to Payton. And he gets the whistle. 2 free throws coming up. Opening day, Chris. In your experience, which types of teams tend to start the season well, started strong?
2 types. One, the team that has been forgotten about and left out. The team that had a disappointing season the year before, and no one knows the pain that they went through all summer long, waiting to get back to that moment. So they've been incentivized for half of a year to come back and say, wait a minute, it's our turn now. And those teams are sneaky under the radar.
Little chip on their shoulder, in other words.
And then secondly, I would say veteran teams. Teams that know what they want, teams that are focused and saying, wait a minute, we know this is a marathon. Let's take our time, warm up, and stick to the principles right away, and we'll end up in the right place later.
Levine against Beal. Now here is Augustine. He's covered closely. Offensive rebound. Shot's good by Gafford. And the Bulls lead by 8.
Yeah, and there it is again. On a lot of their possessions this first half, they've established great inside position.
Passes it to Beal. From 13, good. He hits the jump shot. Beal's got his first points of the game.
Well, he's smart at taking what he sees. When you give Beal this look, he jumps all over him.
Pass to Levine. And good. Coming in on the assist by DJ Augustine. Augustine's got 3 assists now in this one. Smith the pass to Harris. A steal. In transition, here come the Bulls. Here's Hutchison. And that'll be 2 free throws coming up. Officials on the call with the foul. Bradley Beal picks one up. And Coach Jim Boylan agreeing to a multi-year extension with the Bulls this summer, Greg.
And taking that interim tag off his title as head coach, Boylan, with over 30 years of coaching experience, afforded the opportunity to continue developing this young core.
And the Wizards making a change here. Wall's checked in. Urginus, and they convert it last on attempt number 3.
And that's why you never stop working in the paint at either end of the floor.
Bean passes to Gafford. Now Augustine. It's stolen by Wall. And Wall slams it home.
Wall is a crafty defender. Look, he loves getting his hands in the passing lanes. He's phenomenal in stealing the ball.
Augustine finds Allen. And here's Levine. And foul on the shot, so he'll get a chance at the line.
Yeah, easy call.
Chicago shooting their 5th and 6th free throws of the game. Free throw good, Levine.
You know, back in 2017, Zach LaVine tore his ACL, ended a promising season with Minnesota. That offseason, while rehabbing, LaVine was traded to the Bulls, but he used both events to fuel his career.
Looking at who's out there now for the Wizards. Zubac is checked in for Tobias Harris. Shake Milton comes in for Bradley Beal. And it's Napier in for Smith. A shot by Milton, no good.
Oh, you've got to be able to deliver when you get a bunny like that. That's just too easy of a shot to miss.
On the wing, Davis with 1 on the clock. And that shot was up in time, but doesn't go in. And so it's Chicago heading to the bench with a 7-point lead as we wrap up the quarter. They're shooting.
And now,
the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
It was a big-time first quarter from Anthony Davis. He had 12 points, 4 rebounds, and 1 block. And, Shaq, what did you see out there from the Bulls?
Got to give it to AD. Took control of offense, never let it go. Just becomes more patient and more confident in everything he does. Perennial MVP candidate.
Thanks for joining.
And if you're just joining us in this one, first half is in the books. 1 half to go. You know, Davis has been exceptional here, guys.
And how about the amount he's contributing in the scoring column through 2 quarters? He has been terrific.
Yeah, Greg, this game has his fingerprints all over it. Now looking to replicate what he did in the first half.
Ball runs the point with Beal at the 2. Tobias Harris is out there with Davis Bertans. And it's Zubac in at the center position. That's the rope for Scott Brooks getting going here in the second half. He rifled that one in from distance. He has got the first points of the second half here for the Wizards. Here's Augustine bringing it up now for Chicago. Their biggest lead of the game was 9.
Yeah, Kevin, and it didn't happen overnight, but it's clear that Bradley Beal is a franchise player. I mean, he's worked on his game year to year, and now he's a superstar in this league.
The Bulls leading by 4. Augustine dishes to Levine. Wall against Augustine. And the rejection by Zubac. Okay, well, let's go down to David Aldridge for a report from the sideline.
Well, Kevin, last season, the G League tested out an expansion of the clear path rule. And now that expansion is making its way to the NBA. It should discourage those intentional fouls that slow up teams on the fast break. Fans wanted it, and analysts clamored for it. That will allow the amazing athletes in this league more opportunities to show what they can do in the fast break.
You're right, David. A welcome change. Thank you. And Chris, with Beal, it's in large part due to how he has expanded his game, which means he now impacts the game more.
Yeah. Well, Beal moves so much on both offense and defense. He's a very active player. He's never passive on the floor, and he looks for ways to inject himself into games.
Pass to Hutchison. Kicks to Levine. Outside, Davis. Here's Allen. It's hauled in by Zubac. Zubac has got 6 rebounds here tonight. The offensive rebound. Beal can't get it to go.
Those are chances almost always you can rely on him to get you 2 points, but the D, just enough to keep him out of rhythm.
It's stolen by Bertans. Looking to get it going. Beal can't get it to go.
Still plenty of time for him to contribute in this game, but it's a tough stretch he's going through.
Hutchison passes to Augustine. Now the pass to Davis. The basket is good. The assist from Augustine. Augustine's got his 4th assist with that last one here tonight. Time called here. The Wizards decide to talk it over. As the teams head into this timeout, a chance for the coaches now to map out some plays for the next few minutes and a chance for the players to rehydrate with some Gatorade. That's important if they want to make sure they don't wear down later in the game.
Absolutely. Over the course of a game, you have to stay hydrated.
Washington making some changes. Shake Milton, he's checked in for Bertans. White comes in for Beal, and it's Ish Smith in for John Wall. With some arc, got a piece of it. Floats it up for Davis, and it's Davis finishing it off.
Oh, phenomenal alley-oop slam there.
They are taking advantage of a team that looks lost out there.
Well, Jim Boylan, he won the Chicago head coaching job after his interim stint. The fans were unsure of the hire, but the front office believes in him moving forward.
And the shot goes down.
The assist totals, Kevin, just continue to grow. They're way ahead in that category. Ball movement has been flawless.
Left side, Harris. Out to White. From outside the arc. Chicago grabs the miss. Gafford's got 4 rebounds in this game. And for Portland, Chris, White, the teardrop falls in. White's got 6.
Yeah, attacking the interior is something White does well. He's crafty, and he makes good adjustments against the defense.
Gafford passes to Prince. Takes it off the glass. Prince has got the lead back up to 10 now for the Bulls.
Yeah, the chemistry has been terrific. Really impressed with their offensive execution.
It's stolen by Davis. And here we go. The Bulls fast break. Levine with the ball. And he makes that one. And now a 12-point Bulls lead.
Oh, great ball movement there.
Smith the pass to Harris. And he finishes nicely on the way. He has 7.
And look how committed Harris is when he's sprinting to the hoop. Not many defenders are going to want to get in his way, and he's that intense.
Davis kicks to Downey. Some nice ball movement by the Bulls. Levine against Harris. And the clock. Lets it go from the wing. With the clock winding up. Hammering it in.
Just so resourceful as a player. Davis gets the job done inside in all sorts of ways. And that's one of them right there. Crashing the offensive glass. Getting that second chance bucket.
Harris with it. Smith for 3. Doesn't go for him. Well, through 3 quarters of play, down double digits, it may be difficult to overcome. It's the Bulls as they end the 3rd quarter on a 14-6 run. Let's take a listen now to Scott Brooks.
Every time we contest their shot and they make it, don't get frustrated. Just reboot the computer, defend again, every time. Just keep defending. They're going to make tough shots. Great players.
Maintaining that positive attitude, Coach Brooks, wanting to keep his guys' spirits up right now, Greg.
Keeping it real in the huddle, Kevin. And sometimes great defense gets beat by better offense.
And there may not be a lot of drama down the stretch as we head into the 4th quarter, but stranger things have happened. A moment now to reset the lineups, brought to us by Gatorade, all fueled up here for the 4th quarter. Taking a look at the Bulls, Levine and Valentine are the wingmen. Then it's Chris Dunn, and there's Davis, and it's Gafford in at the center. And here's Dunn. He'll bring it up for the Chicago Bulls. Pass to Gafford. Good on the shot. Gafford's got the lead up to 12 now for the Bulls. Chris, when it comes to playing alongside another big guy, I'm sure you have to think of ways to complement each other. Not just him, but it's got to be a two-way street.
Yeah, but it starts with chemistry. It starts with friendship. It starts with wanting to win. And I played with 2 big guys that come to mind that made me better. Juwan Howard there in Washington, just looking at him throwing an oop, I would miss 2-3 shots in a row, and we'd look and we'd say, I'll get you an easy one, big fella. And I would do the same thing to him. We're playing with a guy like Vlade that would say, hey, wait a minute, Bibby or Peja didn't get a shot, set a screen for them, and he would pass it to them, and then the next play say, now it's your turn, you're open, because they're going to go over there to those guys. We already tricked the defense ahead. So guys that are smart, guys that can pass, and also guys that'll say, hey man, you look a little tired, let's switch, I'll check Shaq this play.
Time called here. The Wizards decide to talk it over.
And the lack of rim protection, top of the list.
Without question. They're giving up too many high percentage looks, a trend that they'd like to reverse.
Bradley Beal's checked in for the Wizards. And we've got an update here, so let's check in with David Aldridge reporting from the sideline.
During that break, Kevin, I heard what Scott Brooks said to his team. He is not pleased. He told them they have to make a push right now. He said, look, we got to make a move or I've got to pull the plug. Pretty blunt stuff, Kevin. Back to you.
Lays it up and banks it in.
This is a high percentage shot for Beal. Then again, most shots like these are for them.
Pass to Davis. Got a hand on it. Here's Beal. Napier kicks to Bertans. Here's Beal. Shooting foul as the whistle blows. He'll shoot 2 free throws. It's on Jared Allen.
You gotta like the aggressiveness of Beal. He's constantly on the attack, solid at picking up fouls on the drive.
And at times, Chris, reporters have talked about a rift between Beal and Wall. But you know what? Beal has nothing but great things to say about his backcourt mate.
Yeah, Kevin, Beal has said himself that he believes a lot of his success is due to Wall. Bill's production with Wall sideline flourished. But Beal would much prefer to have Wall by his side.
Here's Hutchison. Bertans defending. Davis, and that one is good. Davis has got 4 points now in the quarter.
And they're passing the ball very crisply here.
Wizards trail by 14. Around 3 minutes gone here in the fourth quarter.
And after defending on the shot, he doesn't give up on the play. Follow that straight to the glass for the rebound.
And there's the basket. Whistle blows and a chance for a three-point play. Going to the line for one.
And the crisp passing has opened things up for them offensively.
Washington making some changes. Tobias Harris is checked in for Shake Milton. And John Wall subbed in for Napier. And that one falls for Allen.
And when you watch the Bulls play, Chris, they just seem to lack an organizational direction.
Yeah, you're right. The team committed to Boylan to shape their youth. They don't seem to be interested in playing up-tempo or following any NBA trend. The distrust between players in the front office is not helping their recruiting of free agents. A lot going wrong there.
Here's Davis. Lost contact on the shot, and now a three-point play chance as he'll head to the line.
Unwilling to let up even for a moment. That's his killer instinct, just fanning the flames.
Oh, yeah, and that's what you love about him. He shows no mercy, even with a comfortable lead.
Levine's checked in for Valentine. You see the shift toward players on competing teams becoming friends. How does that compare to when you played, Chris?
It's a little bit different. The players that I admired the most, I wouldn't be friendly with on purpose. We were in the same position. A guy like KG, one of my favorite players ever. We're close now. But during when we played, it was either me or him. There was no both of us. I didn't want to hang around with him when I'm trying to beat him in the summer. But, you got guys like the Banana Boat crew and LeBron and Wade. They're good friends anyway. Melo and Bron came in 1 and 2, and they had that relationship. So I think relationships are always great. Really, it's just about can you turn the friendship off when you cross the line. I know that Banana Boat crew can, and I know others can as well, and that's all you want. As much as you're friends off the court, I want you to dislike each other on the court through your friendship, just like a big brother, little brother type of thing. So I don't think it's a problem.
Zubac's in the post. At the elbow, it's Harris. Wall finds Zubac's. Shot clock at 5. And here's Harris from the arc. And the Wizards hit again from deep.
And tonight's battle is going to end with a very clear winner, leaving nothing to chance. Impressive win for the Bulls.
The biggest factor tonight had to be their great shooting. They shot much better than the other team.
Yeah, they were working hard on both sides of the floor, but that sky-high field goal percentage, plus the pressure defense to force the other team into a lot of misses. Love the effort tonight.
And it'll go down as their first official win of the new year. And looking back at all the contributions tonight, it was a really phenomenal all-around game for Anthony Davis.
No fatigue in this fella tonight. Tireless, grinding out every possession and leading their offense.
Some nice ball movement by the Bulls. Over to the wing, from past the arc. Augustine, no luck.
Even for a player who's not a three-point specialist, that's a shot you got to knock down.
Here's Wall, and it's sent back by Allen. And guys, they can just sit on the ball here if they want to.
They have earned this win.
Outside, Davis. And so Chicago takes this one, and by a big margin. This was a very strong showing for him, Greg. Not necessarily a runaway win, but one they'll feel very good about.
And let's face it, anytime you can go on the road and win in the fashion they did, you have to feel good about it. Really an outstanding effort all the way around.
And now let's catch up with David Aldridge, who's standing by from the sideline. All right, Dave.
Thank you, Kevin. AD, it looked like you guys were having some fun out there. Is there a new dynamic coming up offensively?
No, we just don't care who scored the ball. The ball movement was great. Everybody's rebounding and talking. So when we play like that, it's fun to watch. And everybody out there having fun, smiling, a lot of emotion. That's all we ask. That's all Coach asked for, and we did that tonight.
Good win tonight, AD. Thanks. Back to you, Kevin.
All right, David, great job. Thanks so much. And that about wraps it up. For Chris Webber, Craig Anthony, and David Aldridge, this is Kevin Harlan. Thank you for being with us. We'll see you next time.
Thank you.